Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the No Need to Lie podcast, hosted by your boy D Money. Just a little podcast friends ripped me up to do. I always got something to say. Usually it's controversial. So they say I need to share my views and opinions with the world. That's what this is an attempt at. The concept and idea was usually to have a guest, but I figure there will be episodes where I just want to talk myself. There will be no guests. So I say, why not do that for my first episode? And one of the hardest things to do as a podcast host that I've learned is relevant topics. How to keep the listeners entertained. And I got a few. And it was pretty hard to determine which one I wanted to do first. But I came to the conclusion that this was the topic that I was going to talk about first. So for my first episode, the topic is going to be Yeah, buddy. I want to talk about breakups. How we deal with breakups, the reason for our breakups, the causes of breakups. Um, I know everybody a player these days. Everybody feelingless, emotionless. These are the days of nobody supposed to care. So it's kind of inevitable that breakups will be rampant these days, and everybody deals with breakups differently. You can't tell nobody how to grieve a breakup, how to handle a breakup, how long they should stay broke up before they move along. None of that. But I just got a few issues that just on my mind. you know, as far as breakups, are you a leaver? Are you quick to walk away? First sign of trouble? First red flag? Are you a leaver or are you a fighter? You got people out there that'll hold on to the deadest of dead situations because they just don't know how to let go. They don't know how to start over. And then you got some, you just won't even hear from them no more. Neither's wrong. Neither's wrong. I will say I am more of a communicator and I try to be transparent. And I actually like to try to talk about things before they get to the point of where leaving is an issue. But if I feel like talking is not getting anywhere, then leaving will definitely occur. And I just used to think cheating was the worst thing you could do in a relationship. I always assumed that cheating was the worst thing you could do to a person, and that was just automatic grounds for a breakup. And as I got older and a little mature and a little wiser, I learned that there are numbers of reasons why people break up other than cheating, or reasons why they should break up and don't, and end up unhappy in the end. Um, a successful relationship will usually take up a certain amount of time, or will last a certain amount of time, to where in the end it's time that you can't get back and it feels as if it's time wasted. Um, and the thing about time is, as humans, we tend to grow at different paces. if we're growing at all. Some of us are stagnant or get to a certain point in life and we be good. But there are people who outgrow their partner over a certain amount of time, but that loyalty and that obligation to the situation and relationship will have one will make the situation remain. And that's not always a good thing, because somebody is usually always unhappy, whether it's the outgrower or the outgrowee. Because the outgrowee will look at it like, who does this person think they are now? I knew them when we were here. But now that they think they're here, they think they're better than me. And as far as the outgrower, they tend to think like, what were you doing all the time that I was growing? Like, why weren't you growing? Why didn't my growth make you want to grow? And again, these are just thoughts that I have. I'm not saying I'm right, perfect by a long shot. But the thing about outgrowing people, the thing about change is nobody is obligated to your change. If I met you and I grew to love a lawyer, and I got used to life with a lawyer, and all of a sudden you don't want to be a lawyer anymore, you want to be a doctor. As your significant other, yes, I should support that. But as a person, I don't have to be obligated to your change. Change is usually beneficial to the individual. And that's the part of relationships that as I grew older, I think I started to value more, is the fact that usually as an individual, we do good on our own. It's only when we introduce others into our space, in our lives, and we try to adapt them to us and we adapt to them, that like sometimes it leads to confusion. And then when you don't include them, you know, everybody want to feel left out. And it's just a balancing act. It's just a balancing act, a cycle that's going to continue is until marriage doesn't even end it, because there's a such thing as divorce, and that's one of the ultimate breakups. But in breakups, you got people that pretend they never knew you. And then you got those breakups where the ex wants to remain friends. And again, neither is wrong, but you know, whatever suits you, whatever floats your boat. There are times when I can pretend that you never existed to me. But usually if the relationship or the situation started off where we were friends before we were lovers, then I usually be sold on that, because I hate losing friends, especially good friends. You know, the ones you can talk to and pretty much tell anything. But then after the relationship part kicks in, you know, them days over with. And I always wonder how the pretend you don't exist people get by. Like, there's got to be some form of delusion. Like, as far as the memories, the thoughts, reminiscing. Like, how can you act like this situation didn't exist? But some people need that to move on. And you can't never tell nobody what they got to do for them to move on. Um, some people gain weight during the breakup. Some people lose weight. Some people find solace in going out more. And others, they want to stay in the house, sit in the dog, watch TV. And you can't tell nobody how to handle a breakup. Breakups are similar to grieving. Like there's a certain grief that comes with that. There's also like breakups have you feel like you're trying to get off a drug, like you're trying to detox. You ever had to like go from with being with someone every day to y'all not talking at all? Like you go through real withdrawals. You have to detox. Like the body craves them even though the mind knows that the situation is dead. And then you have those toxic you do good on your own, but the real toxic ones, they always want to have one last talk. Let's talk one last time. Let me see you one last time. Everybody at this point know how that one last conversation go. And I'm just trying to talk, just get used to this, but it seemed like a pretty relevant conversation. Usually the person who overplays their part in the relationship feel used in the end because you've invested things that you won't get back. Nobody likes to invest and not get a return on their investment, and relationships are no different. Who wants to spend time and spend money and build with the person that come next year y'all might don't even talk to each other no more? I be wanting to use examples and talk about things that I see, but I don't want none of my friends and stuff to feel hit or to be like, why he on there talking about me or spreading my business. But the relationship dynamics these days are crazy, man. Because everybody want their grandmama and their granddaddy kind of love, but your grandmama and your granddaddy stayed down. Our generation is a temporary one. Nothing lasts forever in these generations. Man, your grandmama allowed some shit that women these days just not allowing. Your granddad accepted some shit that men these days we just ain't gotta allow. And women and their independence, oh my God. And I'm just strictly speaking on this from my male point of view. I love and I hate women's independence. Hell yeah, go get your own, man. Hell yeah, get your own job. What? Hustle? What? I love to see a woman hustle. What? But y'all independence created a lack of a need for the man to be the man. And then I find in my personal experiences that the most independent women are all are always they be so independent that it's hard to break down they guards. Like as a man, we supposed to want to protect, provide, be there emotionally, financially, mentally, create a safe space, create stability. But women have found a way to create that for their own selves to where we get in where we fit in. So it takes away from the man woman dynamic when the woman doesn't need the man to be a man because she's used to doing the things that a man does anyway. And you got guys that love women like that. Like they will sit around and suck that shit up. But then you got guys who are a little more traditional and like, you keeping me from being who I need to be for you. And that's never going to work because like it creates a system of unhappiness. Once that system of unhappiness has been exposed in a relationship, in my opinion, some shit just be hard to come back from. Trust. Trust is hard to come back from. You can forgive, but it's hard to forget. And it sounds cliche, but that's some of the realest shit ever. Like forgetting is the hardest part. Even if you hold on, even if you keep on forgetting. Shit down there come up every argument. Every fallout you hear about everything a motherfucker forgave. And what y'all think is a ample time after a breakup to move on? Do you think it's a such thing as moving too fast after a breakup, or if y'all broke up, should it even matter? You know. So once again, thank you for tuning in to the No Need to Lie podcast. Again, this is my first episode. Just wanted to give it a trial run. Leave some feedback. Let me know what you think. Things I can improve on. Things you're proud of me already for. I would have never imagined that I'd have a podcast. My friends Christina and Seven both told me in the same day at different times that I'd be perfect for a podcast. And I just have so much respect for their energies. I was like, if they saying this shit at the same time, maybe it's something I need to look forward to. I've never liked it, the limelight. I've always played the scenes better from behind. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.